finishing up the wall forms on the other lot. So Zach and I stripped the topsoil off this second lot that we're going to be doing. And we got some big piles of topsoil to move now. So that's what we're up to. We're going to move the topsoil out of the way, and then we're going to stake out the house and where we're going to dig the foundation for this one. And we're hoping to get that done before the rain comes. Now I'm going to try and smooth myself out a little bit of a path here. It's really rocky up here. It's really rocky and bony up here, so I am getting bounced around here. Heavy duty is by no means a large skid steer, but I will say it's pretty dang mighty for its size, and it can move dirt in a hurry. I could move it a lot faster if I wasn't getting tossed in the air off the seat, but getting the hang of it now. You cannot see out of these things at all. Thankfully there's a rear view camera, but it's offset a little bit. So it's a little deceiving, and there is a rear view camera centered above my head up front here, but the back window is so small that you really can't see much. If I get a good heat full bucket here, I can move about a yard. But it's got to be heat. I think this is a 74-inch bucket. We have a 78-inch bucket. Actually, that's a bucket that I use on the tractor for when I'm doing light material work, which is exactly what that is. It's really for sand and mulch, especially. We have used it for 3/4-inch rock, and it actually held up pretty good for that. But digging into these piles, I don't think it would fare too well, because what happens is it what happens is the bottom of that 78-inch bucket is, what, must be pretty close to 3 feet front to back. So when you get into a pile like that and you lift, it flexes the bottom of that big bucket. I think that's why it handles the stone okay. It handles the stone okay because it's not smashing into big rocks like we got here. topsoil. I think we're going to start laying out where we need to dig. Okay, let's take a look at what we got here. We stripped all the topsoil off. We're down to that hard pan now. And you can see how thick the topsoil is here. It's some beautiful stuff. This drainage swale that we put in, still working good. I did get a few chunks of dirt down in there, but I think water will still find its way through there. But yeah, we got this topsoil pile over here, which goes back a ways. That's a nice pile of topsoil. We've certainly got quite an assortment of rocks here, and this is just from skimming the surface. I have a feeling that when it's time to dig the cellar hole, which we're going to wait until after the rain to do that, but when we dig that cellar hole, there's going to be some more monster rocks coming out of here. But this is looking pretty good. Customer's lucky to have all that topsoil. Boy, that's going to save a fortune when it comes time to finishing things off. But you got to take a look at some of these rocks. Like look at my glove on that thing. I mean, these rocks here are just, they're huge. We struggled just to roll them out of the way. Some of these he can lift, but like this one here too. I mean, it's huge. That weighs as much as a car. A couple more here. Hopefully this will dry out well, this topsoil. I don't know, it's certainly not going to dry out anymore this year, but we're hoping by spring, when it comes time to put some finishing touches on these lots, that after the houses are built, that'll dry. And if not, we may have to just spread it as is and let it dry once it's in a thin layer, because that pile is huge. It would take months for that to dry out completely. So it's a beautiful lot up here. It's going to be a very grand looking home coming up that driveway. I mean, it's a beautiful home anyway. I've seen the design. Yeah, I'm really excited to be part of these two projects here. Learning a lot, getting a lot of work done, and yeah, once we get these completed, these two, which we will be doing, we're going to be doing everything on these. We're going to be putting the mound systems in, putting Presby mound systems in both of these. We already got the power up to both lots. We're going to dig the water and extend the power to the house. Everything, including the finish work. This driveway is kind of going to come up, and like where my truck is, it's going to go up there and then around and into the garage. These two stakes we left because the customer, that's the angle the customer wants the sunroom on the front of the house. Those two posts represent the corners of that sunroom. We did have the whole house laid out here, and that's where we ended up with the sunroom, and they liked it. So now Zach's gone back to grab the plans, and we're going to stake things out and mark things out where the cellar hole needs to go, and that'll be the next big part of the project.